What up, guys and girls? Another brand new video coming at you today. Yes, we are back again for another round of the AOR Oceania F1 Championship. We're here for round number 9 there, as you can see there back on the screen previously. Here at the Austrian Grand Prix, you would have seen obviously the previous results from the previous season as well. But apologies, I forgot to get the championship standings from the previous round in France, so thankfully I did get the championship standings after this race, so that is a positive to say the least anyway. But little bit of an update, a little bit of a note. You're probably thinking this is round 9, where the hell is round 8 around France? Well, fortunately I couldn't make it because, put it simply, when you live in a country area, it does come with its fair share of issues during the summertime, especially if in the case of sort of bushfires. And there was a little bit of a fire near a bit of some property that we live, as that's Master Berserk having a little bit of a spin coming out of turn 5 there, I think it was. So thankfully managed to avoid that. I think both Ferraris did as well. But yeah, basically it was just near a little bit of, we thought it was a little bit to a bit of property that we have down there, or a bit of country I should say. So basically I was down there with my father, obviously checking it out, and unfortunately by the time I got back it was a bit too late to do the race around France anyway. So yeah, hence why there is no French Grand Prix highlights there, so you probably have to go back and check it out on the live stream, which I'll probably leave a link as always down below at the YouTube channel for Apex Online Racing anyway. But and also I should point out as well, the last couple of races that I've done around Austria, I have mentioned around the track that it's probably been 8 corners I think it is, on track maps I've done previously. I've actually found out it's actually 10 corners apparently. So apparently turns 2 and turns 5 are sort of included in the track map. So yeah, basically I'm going to be using that sort of track map for this round, obviously, and obviously those other 2 videos have already been done already. So yeah, better put up with that one. But you can see there at the moment we did a first couple of first run actually with 1 minute. We're down in P8 at the moment with a what was it, a 1 minute 5.611. Austria is a fairly okay track, I should you could say. I mean, yes, I probably have a few good memories here around Austria. Had the odd couple of wins, obviously, but of course, and obviously winning F2 here last year, which was obviously very special for me. Obviously, just the day after, well, not the day, it was the day after my grandfather had passed away. So yeah, it was very special to get the pole and the win that day. Anyway, but it is another season. The competition has obviously gone to a lot higher level, especially in F1 anyway. So yeah, basically, yeah, I felt confident going into this one. I mean, yes, SRL didn't quite go to plan, obviously. You probably would have seen that already. That my qualifying was absolutely shocking back then as well. But yeah, we come across the line. We were down, I think, P13, where we did jump up into P3 with a 1 minute 4.2, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was, yeah, 1 minute 4.263 there. So they're looking pretty good in P3 at the moment. Beauty of Austria is it's a pretty quick lap, so you can easily get, well, the plan was to try and maybe get 4 runs done there. As you can see, there's the updated leaderboard. Obviously, Fens has gone to the top. I think he's in the only guy in the 1 minute 3s. I could be wrong. You probably see it on your screen there anyway, but yeah. We're just about to set off now for another run here as we just get past H. I think he's just done a lap. He's probably coming into the pits anyway, but 4 minutes roughly to go. It was going to be a little bit touch and go whether I could get another run in, but I was trying to get it as quick as I could anyway. So here we go. This is actually going to be my fastest lap of the Spielberg ring, the Red Bull ring I should say, down through turn 1. Probably not ideal to go back to 3rd gear. That'd probably lose you a bit of ground and you get a lot of oversteer coming out of the corner there. Now through up turn 2 and into turn 3. We sort of went purple sector 1 there, just missed the apex a little bit going into turn 3. Had a little bit of an oversteer moment as well at the exit, but managed to save it. Getting back onto the sort of the back straight here now to turn 4. It wasn't too bad through here. Now through turns 5 and now into turn 6 we go here. A bit nice and close to the curve. Don't run out too wide. Now through turn 7 as well. Just missing a little bit there. Had to run a little bit wide. Thankful actually he didn't get my lap time invalidated there, but I think we're about nearly 2 tenths up. But this is the spot where I got caught up a lot in SRL, especially this last corner. If you run too wide, you can get your lap time invalidated. Thankfully, it didn't, and we crossed the line with a 1 minute 4.067, pretty much a 1 minute 4 flat, pretty much. So
right, coming at the end of this lap.
Yeah, which at the time we were P6, and it pretty much we were still in P6. But as you can see here, I'm just pretty much just rushing straight back into the pit lane as quickly as I can to get onto another set of the ultra soft tyres. Like I said, it was going to be touch and go whether I could get this done, and I was just like telling these guys like to hurry up, get me on these new tyres so I can get out there and get on with the rest of them. It did give me a warning there that
Checks
I have
complete.
invalidated.
We're ready.
Not what's the wording? I had invalid time to complete the lap, but literally I was just going to give it my all for this final run anyway, just to make sure I could get maybe one last run in. Like I said, it was going to be touch and go anyway. It was about a minute, but once I got through the final couple of corners, well, nearly into the final couple of corners, the time ran out, and yeah, unfortunately that was pretty much the qualifying session done, unfortunately. So yeah, a bit of a shame. Probably could have maybe tried to lock quicker or gone for a quicker lap time anyway. But there you go. Finish up in P6. Greek obviously gets pole with a 1 minute 3.5. Literally, it was damn quick the whole weekend. And I think he's got Fens in front of him as well, not in P2. The teammate there in P11. Ferrari boys, bit nowhere really. New Zealand Ryan P9 and Ben's about 15th or 16th. But let's get straight into it here for round number 9 here at the Austrian Grand Prix.
Okay, your race will be compromised if you're too aggressive into turn 1. We need to stay out of trouble today.
That is hopefully the plan. Welcome to the grid for the Austrian Grand Prix. As you can see the strategy on your screen right now. These overcast conditions, but no rain inside. But strategy-wise was pretty much going from ultra soft tyres to soft tyres. It is doable, but you really have to sort of stretch the ultras a little bit here. I mean, you could do either way. Ultra softs to softs and super softs to softs could work either way, really. So
okay, how was the
it's a bit of a 50-50 which one's the better strategy in the end anyway. So there's a lot of guys, probably a lot of these guys actually on ultra soft tyres. I mean, probably the first guy, a couple of guys are probably on super softs are probably Jared and probably New Zealand Ryan as well. As you can see, he goes through the forming up of the grid there. Obviously, Prez obviously was the only one disqualified from the formation lap. But so you can see just getting a little in a bird's eye view of the Red Bull, just seeing what we can do for maybe possibly future events. But yeah, not really giving much away there. That was no, it's certainly an interesting way to the grid. I'm not going to lie anyway, but they're going to pull up alongside HO there.
Keep an eye on
Still
the
got
lights.
the two Mercs
The
behind,
start
so
will begin as soon as the grid has
certainly
formed.
going to be interesting. So here we go. We are all set for round number 9 here at AOR Oceania F1. 5 red lights. It's a very long hole, but let's do it around the Red Bull ring, and it's a pretty decent start. HO got a pretty good start as well. Going through into turn 1 here, get a little bit squeezed, nearly go 3 wide into turn 1 there, get a little bit sideways out of the exit of the corner there. There goes Jared around the outside there, so he's got the better jump out of myself there, so he's already up one spot. There's still battling up further up the road here, going around the outside here of Jared just to see what we can do. Thought I could get the drive out of here, but Jared's got way more. It was way more up the inside there, and yeah, that's the move done. Ryan's obviously made some, one spot, I think, off the start already, so he's passed Jared's teammate Drop Bear. There's HO and DLG Gamble going side by side here through turns 5 here, but looks of things. There's a yellow flag in the background there. That looks like probably the other Red Bull actually of Neon Tree Dome, so not the greatest of starts for him. But literally still pushing away these guys. As you can see, Ryan is really all over the rear end here at the moment. Getting a little bit of fresh air by the looks of things, but still hanging on to this lead group at the moment. I think it's still the two Williams boys still leading the way here at the moment. It's obviously no DRS until lap 3, so on to lap 2 we go. Ryan is well and truly overloading the gearbox here, so probably won't be too long before he gets the move done.
He might make a mistake.
Look at him, he's really all over the rear end here. Got his point of view as well in the top right hand corner of your screen, so literally going to battle here up the inside he goes into turn 3. And he's got that move well and truly done. But nearly lost another spot actually to Drop Bear, which well, probably would not have been ideal here, but with the slipstream here certainly really helping keeping up with these guys at the moment. I think HO and Jared have actually got by DLG Gamble, or by the looks of things, so Gamble losing a couple of spots there. Again, there's going to be a little bit of lag moments throughout this whole race. I don't think my internet was up to scratch again for this one anyway, but I think it's improved, or maybe hopefully it improves the next couple of races anyway. But lap 3 here, getting a little bit close to the back of Ryan there, getting purple through sector 1 there, but you see we started to pull away there. I think Warden's actually got past Drop Bear, I'm not too sure. And so there goes Ryan up the inside in the turn 4 on DLG Gamble. Jared already got that move done. I think I probably may have missed that already, but Ryan right around the outside and actually gets the move done on Gamble. But Jared literally nearly, you could say, barged his way a little bit past DLG Gamble. We'll probably bring up a replay of that a bit later on here, but still hanging on here. There's a Gamble going very wide at the exit of turn 9 there. Again, not the greatest of runs here, but now obviously DRS is now a bit.
Let's make sure we keep managing them properly.
Jeff interrupts me as always, but DRS obviously now enabled, so it's going to help me. But what doesn't really help me is that Gamble's getting DRS as well from New Zealand, from Ryan in front there. So see Gamble nearly rams into the rear of Ryan there. That would have been awkward, but thankfully with that big lock-up, that just gives me the momentum to get up the inside, and that's back up into P7 we go. We've got to cover here up the inside here just to make sure he doesn't go back up the inside, but thankfully we get the move back done again. So now sort of dropped away a little bit here from Ryan. Of course, the tyres, I mean, they weren't feeling too bad at this stage at Ultra Sauce, but not the greatest of runs through turns 7 and 8. So Gamble's still hanging on to the rear end for the moment. Running a little bit wide coming through the final couple of corners here. Running very wide, as that's my first corner cut warning there. So but probably won't be the last you'll probably see throughout this whole race. Gamble, I thought about having a look up the inside of the turn 1, but again running wide sort of put me off a little bit there. But now that's our second corner cut warning, so we're picking up the corner cutting warnings already. But obviously Gamble's got DRS, I don't, so here comes Gamble up the inside. We're going to give him the room, but thankfully trying to get the drive out of here, which we do, thank God for that, and managed to just hang on in front of Gamble. Of course, Gamble's now going to be under attack here. Got his point of view as well on the top right. He's under attack from the Force Indias. I'm sort of lagging all over the place for him, which doesn't really help his cause. But there goes Warden up the inside, and there you go, up another spot there for Warden. So he's up into P8 and now chasing after me. Of course, Warden's another one who's starting on super soft tyres. So I think he is actually qualified outside the 10, so hence why he's on the super soft tyres. But again, running wide through turn 10. Look at the speed Warden's got as well, only on the inside into turn 1. Again, leaving him space, so giving him plenty of racing room here. But now Gamble's going to try and get my slipstream here. It's nearly like Canada all over again with us three pretty much. So still going side by side with Warden here. So he's trying to do a bit of a crisscross here. There is a bit of lag there. I thought I actually got the move done, but no, it was short-lived, unfortunately. So, yeah, the lag is definitely not helping. Because I nearly ground up the rear end of Warden there, so that would have been a little bit awkward there. So, maybe we get away with it. But Gamble, out of nowhere, but the lag probably is affecting it a little bit as well. But there he goes up the inside. He had plenty of speed. He did. So up into P8 he goes, and up back to P9 for me. You see now, it looked like I was close to him, but then he sort of moved forward and backwards, you know, that kind of moment there. But if we basically stick with these guys, then we're looking in pretty good shape, I think, for the rest of the race. And we've obviously got Ben Zima-Marnik not far behind. But here we go. Here's a replay from the start. So this is on board with DLG Gamble. Well, I looked a little bit close there between he and, Prez BC and V-Fens, by the looks of it. Up in the turn one there, but thankfully Fens got away with it, and so did Prez. And you see Gamble putting pressure. Another attack from H-Shot, obviously trying to get the move done on Prez. Look at the drive Prez has, and see H-Shot hanging on the left-hand side there. Seems like he's got a little bit more speed there at the moment. He's got plenty of it, and up around the outside he goes. Gamble has a look up the inside there. That was obviously what we saw a little bit earlier, if you were seeing in the background, besides my battling. Now going side by side through here into turn 7. And there you go. H-Show gets the move done. Just sort of backs off a little bit, and there you go. That's the move done. So that's what happened there. Here's a replay now with Ryan. So fairly good start from him. Going right around the outside of, right around the outside of Jared. I didn't actually realise this, so he got the move done on Jared's teammate Drop Bear, but now he's sticking back in that slipstream for me and Jared. But you can see, who's that up the inside? Someone's well and truly out. So that's Drop Bear actually going up the inside of Ryan. There, obviously, again, difference in tyres. There's Drop Bears on Ultras, and like I said, mentioned Ryan is on super soft tyres, but you see that playing it sort of cautiously there as Ryan, so thankfully he managed to get away with that. He's on board with Rain HC. Didn't have the greatest of starts either, so he's just sort of playing it safe there. Probably the same could be said for Master Berserk, who literally going past him, I think, into turn 1, but anyway. I did say that Ben was really starting at the back as Team Marnik's onboard view. Not quite off the back, well, P15 anyway, so you see he's already passed Rain, I should say, and obviously my teammate Laggy person, who's sort of living up to his gamer tag by the looks of things. So there you go, there's Ben having a look up the inside of Laggy, and gets the move done, and obviously there's a little bit of squabbling going on there in the foreground there, but let's probably have a look here what actually happened, because that's Neon Tridome obviously in the front there. Oh, they nearly slammed up the rear end of Warden, so that might explain why he had his little off there. That would have been catastrophic for sure, but this is probably what I was mentioning earlier. As you can see, it's a little bit of a shove. Wasn't too bad actually from Jared, so only the slightest of bumps. Didn't run him wide, so there you go, up into P5 for Jared, and back to P6 for Gamble, nearly rounding up the rear end of Jared, but a little bit further back, actually back on board with Ben. Both Warden and Quicksilver are having a little ding-dong here. Again, obviously there was the difference in tyres, because Quicksilver is another one on ultra soft tyres. There you go, there's right around the outside for Ben on Quicksilver. Just managing to hang on for now. He's literally going to hang it around right around the outside, and he gets that move done. So nice job from Ben. Now this was the move that Ryan did on Gamble. Lovely move up the inside there. He put his nose in there, but then just out of this corner here gets the drive, and sort of Gamble sort of slots back in to P7, and that's obviously Ryan back up into P6. But again, back we go to this battle in the mid-pack, you could say, or the back of the pack, as Warden and Drop Bear are having a little bit of a battle there, and Ben ran a little bit wide, I think, out of the exit of turn 3. As you can see now, obviously, Warden's got by Drop Bear. Drop Bear's having a few moments as on lap 4, mind you, as Ben picking up his, I think, his first time penalty. I'm not too sure, but now you can see really right up close to the rear end of Drop Bear. Should hopefully get this move done up into turn 3. The DRS open. Not using overtake mode here. It's not really much of a fight going on here as he goes really deep into this turn 3. Drop Bear may get the switch back on there, and he does, so he hangs on for now. Now he's got the DRS, so this should help him. And now up into turn 4 we goes. Ben come back. Yes, he does. Up the inside and gets the move done. So a bit of battling going on there. He's nearly getting up the rear end of DLG Gamble. Obviously, so at lap 7, we're still hanging on to the back of, like I mentioned, those two in front, both Warden and Gamble. But like I
check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Yeah, I'm already getting a change of strategy already from Jeff. I don't know why. Is Gamble running very wide there? A little oversteer moment through turn 7, I think it was. But I've also mentioned as well that Ben behind is really starting to close me in here, so Ultrasofts are probably starting to die off a little bit here, so this is not helping the cause here. So you see sort of Ben sizing me up here into turn 1. In the room, he runs a little bit deeper and gets a little bit oversteery as well. And he's got DRS and I've got DRS, so but look at the pace difference. I mean, I don't know, probably there was a difference in the setup. I was running really low wings, so we try and get a little bit of a switch back here, but yeah, again, I think the lag sort of played a factor in that one, so we had sort of moved this car forward a bit more, but we're still not giving up the hope here in turn 4, but can't remember what the setup was he was running on his video. You probably have to listen to it yourself, or if he did mention it or not, but I was running very, very low wings for this one. I think it was either 1.4 or 1.5, because I know how much low downforce you need for this track. Anyway, as nearly slam into the rear end of Ben. Again, would have been another very awkward moment. That was on lap 9, I think this is. No, sorry, yeah, lap 9 I think it was. So lap 10, getting a little bit sideways going out of turn 1 here. They're pretty much starting to drop away here from Ben, I think, as well, as the yellow flag's up ahead. And Jared is now out of this race. So something's happened up here further on the road. There's Jared's car. HO's sort of caught up in that as well, so we get past here.
Fantastic. 2 cars at once. Very well done.
Oh yeah, sure. One of them has actually crashed out of the race, and obviously one's still recovering from what happened there as well. So I'm not sure exactly if anybody else was sort of caught up in that fracas as well, but they're being sideways as well. As it looks like someone else might have been caught up in that. That's New Zealand Ryan, who's coming into the pit. So the very early stop, so this is probably not working for him at all. This was definitely probably not part of the plan at all. And this is Fans getting a little bit close there, as it's a little bit of a whack there, and what's the H-Show getting a little bit sideways, so H-Show misjudging his braking a little bit there. I think Jared got into the back of him and just put...
It'll need replacing if it takes too much
this
damage.
Is a whole mess here, really, so... Look weird. H-Show might have misjudged his braking a little bit there, but they got rammed into the back, obviously, by Jared. So that's obviously H-Show. He gets a little touch from Jared and obviously tries to spin the car. And unfortunately for Jared, gets caught up in that. And obviously that's his race done. But how does Ryan get impacted here? So obviously H-Show goes spinning around. That is just unfortunate, really. Ryan was just probably in the wrong place, wrong time. It's one of those things, really. You don't know which way to go, really. So that's really unfortunate. So this has really compromised his race. This is probably going to hurt him a little bit in the championship as well. So he's going to have to get the front wing changed and on the set of soft tyres. I think someone, that might have been H-O actually coming into the pits. So out of the pits, where's he going to come out? He's about equal here with Drop Bear. This is literally going to be side-by-side action here up into turn 3. He should have it up here into turn 3, and he does. Should hopefully hang on to the move. He's on cold tyres, yes, I know, but yeah, I think he got the move done here. But this is Ben. He actually got an illegal overtake on Acho. Now, what's weird was that he got one. I didn't get one, so I don't understand how that works. But he gets a fight. It seems a stupid 5-second stop-go penalty in my opinion. Anyway, but you see, this is how much Ryan was struggling here. And Prez was going right around the outside there. It sort of compromised his run here. And Gamble was trying to go up the inside there. But obviously, you know, Ryan was a bit limping there. And so Ryan's obviously, he backed out of it there. It was Laggy having a bit of a moment as well coming out of turn 8, I think it was. And literally, this battle's still going on between both Gamble and Prez. So now Gamble's got the move done on Prez.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed. Pitting this lap, then come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Come down to the end of lap 11 now, and yeah, it was a bit of an awkward way to get into the pit lane, but
a new strategy is available on the MMT.
I thought the ultra softs were really starting to die off and just managed to get it underneath the speed limit there, so that was very thankful for that one. But you see, we're not the only ones. Prez BC, I think, is another one in the pit lane, so jump onto the soft tyres. Nice stuff from the Haas boys, so it looked like pretty even stops and pretty much come out similar where we were. So Prez still comes out ahead, obviously, and we're just making sure we don't hit the pit wall coming out of the exit. But we do manage to get out ahead of New Zealand Ryan, obviously, who had to make that one extra pit stop. Oh, well, had to make the pit stop early, but this is Ben now getting past. I'd say the tyres are really starting to go off on DLG Gamble, so that's why that was a pretty simple move there. Running a little bit wide through here. I think this was probably more to do with the cold tyres, if anything, so I was probably a little bit struggling. He was trying to keep up with the pace of Prez BC. He had pretty decent pace, not going to lie, for this round anyway. So here's the other one as part of that battle. Gamble's now in for his set of soft tyres. As we kind of come around the pit onto the front straight. I'll get my words right in a minute, but this was literally going on as actually Ryan is now sitting fast up the race, so he's definitely got pace. There's Gamble coming out of the pits, so we get a tyre penalty for that one, so I think that's my first one, but literally we have to make this pass now because Gamble's on cold tyres here, so have a little bit of a look up the inside here in turn 3. It's a little bit wide, but just managed to hang on, but while it's all going on, Ryan is obviously catching up to my rear end again, so going up into here, I didn't really put up much of a fight here because obviously he set the fast lap and I knew he had a lot more pace than I did, so I just decided to let him go here. But I'm not really fighting him in this race. Yeah, maybe I could have put up a little bit more of a fight, but that's just me. So settle back down into, where are we, P11 I think we're in now. So but now, as you can see, Ryan obviously making some moves again. Not the first time he's done this before. I have to think back all the way to Australia. I think was probably the last time he had to make his way through the field. So, and of course, he got back up into P4, I think. It was P3 on the road, but got penalties after the race. So, now still trying to catch up to the back end here of Gamble. So, again, lagging a little bit. Again, I don't think it's him. I think it's me, mainly. So, that's why I was a little bit worried, like, get caught up in an incident or something, and I didn't want to really get damaged and come into the pits again, because that would pretty much just ruin my race. So, but continuing on about to start lap 15. Here's yellow flags up ahead. I think it's
the track is clear.
One of the Force Indias that's had a little bit of a spin. They'll probably have to see on another point of view. But yeah, that is actually, I think that's Warden up in front. So don't know exactly what happened to him there. So he's now dropped a couple of spots behind Prez and obviously Ryan as well. So you see there's the little battle group that's going on there. So Prez has got his definitely his hands full here with both, Ryan especially with the pace he's got, and probably Warden as well if he can get back going again after his little mistake. There you go, there's Ryan up the inside of Prez, and I think Warden's going to try and do that around the outside as well. He's sort of still hanging on to the back again of Gamble, but not really doing much, and I think Warden's got past Prez as well. We'll probably see in a minute. So here's the replay. So yeah, that was actually Warden obviously spinning off. So I don't know how he's done that, whether he's taken too much curve at the final corner or what. I have absolutely no idea. But There's the move on the inside there on Ryan on Prez. And obviously Warden as well, I think, got the move done as well around the outside. So now on to lap 16. Set another personal best lap time. So got pretty decent pace at the moment. So, and we're still hanging on to this rear end of DLG Gamble. We've got DRS, but again, like I mentioned, he's got DRS as well, which is definitely not helping my cause. So this is sort of the little battle group that has pretty much been going most of the race. I mean, Warden's probably gained a couple of spots out of all that. Well, he's definitely gained on Prez BC. Obviously going longer on the super soft tyres would definitely help his cause. So I think he obviously went on to the ultra soft tyres anyway. So I think that was mainly, well, I forgot to mention as well, was probably Ben came into the pits as well for his pit stop. Then he has to serve that stupid 5-second stop-go penalty for that weird illegal overtake on HO earlier on. I still don't understand why this is still part of it, but anyway, so that probably really lost him a lot of time. Maybe if he didn't have the 5 seconds, he probably would have been a bit further up the road, but or near drop bear at least. But yeah, no, that's quarter cut number 4 for this race. So Gamble looks like he's starting to put a bit of pressure here. Update.
Less than a second separate you. They're on fresh socks. Their tyres are 4 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 7.3.
And it's not helping my cause because he hasn't got a single penalty, and Ivor has obviously got 1, plus 1 warning, I think, as well. But you can see Gamble and Prez a little bit close for comfort there, and may have been a little bit of a touch, I don't know, but this is certainly eye-catching for the next few laps anyway. There's a yellow flag behind, and I think it was probably drop bear that maybe is at the moment, because that's now obviously Timo Marnik behind me, so now it's starting to chase up to me. But he's the replay on board with Ben, and that's a very weird spin there for drop bear. Now you can get a bit oversteery off the corner there, but yeah, that was a bit weird, I'm not going to lie. But now Gamble was trying to get past, I think that's my teammate actually, Laggy, who's obviously going longer because he's obviously started on the soft tyres, being outside the top 10. So there goes Gamble a bit further on, later in the lap. And that was pretty much the move that done and dusted for him. So with both Laggy and I, we were both in the party chat, and I think he said he was going to come in this lap, I think. Yes, I think he was. There he goes. So so obviously he'll be quicker later on in the race, and on super soft tyres, and also Master Berserk's in as well, so that gives us a couple more spots. So up to position 8, running a lot wider, and that is quarter cut number 5 for this race. So nearly on the brink of getting another penalty for this race, so it's definitely not ideal here, but that didn't really help when I rode that curve a little too much. So there's the 6 seconds worth of penalties now that we've got. So that doesn't really help my cause at all, but back we go to this intriguing battle again with DLG Gamble and Prez. Prez running very wide at turn 3, and Gamble quite easily got the move done there on Prez. It's continuing on now. What are we on, lap 22? I think we are. Rain's now obviously coming to the pits, so gives us another spot up into P7. Running a lot wide again at turn 1. Surprised I didn't get a corner cut warning for that, but anyway.
The gap to the car behind is 1.5 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:7.5. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
Just keeping updated on what the situation was with Ben behind, and he'll probably do it again.
The gap behind us is 0.9 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 7 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 7.3. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
Now I'll probably go do an update in front.
Gap to car in front is 2.0 seconds. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 11 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:8.1. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
It's probably a bit even with penalties wise with Prez BC and myself, and obviously Ben's got 1 less penalty than all of us, you saw there, Drop Bears now retired from the race. I think he had a bit of an off, as now as the VSC brought out on lap 24, and actually Rain is now out of the Grand Prix, so there's a couple of crashed cars there, but looks of things just past the final corner onto the front straight there. So this is probably going to give you a little bit of a breather from Ben behind, but here's a replay on board with Rain. So that's a Neon spinning. Oh, wow, that was literally dangerous. Not going to lie, that was literally dangerous. This is probably a better view. Quicksilver probably had the best view of this lot. So, whack. Wow, that's a big crash. So that's an easy couple of spots there for Quicksilver. And you see what actually happened here with Neon. It gets a little bit sideways coming off the curb there, but just try to get going again and then slams straight into Rain there. And, well, actually, I think Neon is probably still in this race. And fortunately for Rain, he's now out of the race. So, yeah, that is pretty dangerous. Not a great day at all for the Red Bulls at all. But I think both of those were actually taken to the stewards. And I believe both of them may have got penalties for that one. I can't remember off the top of my head anyway. But obviously, like I mentioned, the VSC is now finished. So now we get back racing. That is corner cut number 7. So doing very well at the moment. But, like I mentioned before, it did give me a little bit of a breather to Ben behind, because he was really starting to catch up to me with the pace he's got, and obviously much fresher soft rubber compared to me, but that was corner cut number 8. Update.
Okay, gap ahead is 1.8 seconds. You're gaining by 1/10 a lap. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 14 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 7.6. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
So just keeping updated with the guys. As I mentioned, obviously Prez in front of Ben behind. So Prez has still got 6 seconds worth of penalties and still slowly but surely chasing after TLG Gamble. I think this is pretty much the next lap later. So he goes a look up the inside here, does Prez. Doesn't quite get the drive off the turn 3 there, so he's going to have to do this hard work again. He probably will have DRS as Gamble's going to go right to the defensive line there. Around turn 4, they give each other room, and thankfully there is no dramas there. But another update.
Okay, the gap behind is 0.9 seconds. They're on old softs. The time last lap was a 1:7.3. They have a time penalty of 3.0.
You see now Ben is really starting to stalk me here, going into turn 3. There's a little bit of look. I think Gamble and Prez are literally still going side by side in front here. So this battle's going on right, left and centre here at the moment. I'm trying to hold off Ben, and obviously Gamble's trying to hold off Prez BC. It's literally still going between these two, and I think Prez tried to go around the outside again, but couldn't quite get the move done on Gamble's. Ben, I thought he was going to get the move done here into turn 7, but didn't quite. I think he lost the back end there a little bit coming out of the... No, sorry, turn 6 I should say, but out of turn 4 and 5 sort of thing. But and a little bit wide coming through turn 7 and 8, which doesn't really help my run. But there goes Ben up the inside into turn 9. He's got that move done. So, but we weren't quite done with him yet. So we're just going to see here what we can do on the front straight here to see what we can do here. But then, worst case scenario.
The rear wing is stuck open. We need you to pit in so we can try to repair it. Pit in for repairs.
You literally heard right. You probably see on your screen, the rear wing is actually stuck open. Now this is probably a first for me in anything I've ever done. And yeah, as Gamble and Prez BC still battling away side by side. So those two keep battling. Ben's obviously going to catch up to those guys. But you can literally see, I'm just looking behind to see if it's actually still stuck open, and it is. So, I mean, I could not believe my luck here that this could actually happen with, what's about 8 odd laps to go here. So, you see, look at the difference here it makes compared to earlier laps. I mean, yes, it does work on the straights here, no dramas, but going through those fast corners, like turns 8 and turn 10, probably not ideal. I had to really adjust my driving style a little bit just to cope with the rear wing damage there. Not the rear wing stuck over, I should say. This is literally still going, these guys, and obviously Ryan's definitely pulled away, and I think same could be said for Warden. And now obviously Ben's starting to catch up to both of these two, so literally, I said it wasn't going to be too long before Ben would start catching these two and not getting past these two. But now Gamble going right around the outside on Prez, and he might hang on to it if he can get the drive out of here. Yes, he does. But still going side by side. Now up here into turn 6. Nearly got that wrong there. Ben has a little look going into turn 7 there, but no can do. And just have to bide his time a little bit here to see if he can get this move done and get past both these two. Could be a good recovery drive for Ben anyway, considering he started 15th. Not where he wanted to be anyway. So is now on to the next lap, lap 30 of this race. And go see these two, Gamble playing it patiently, obviously, with Prez. Then now Ben's really all over his gearbox here. So then obviously the DRS is definitely going to help Gamble. We're trying to hold off Ben there, but right around the outside here as Gamble goes in deep and Prez has run wide. And there you go. There's the couple of spots that he wanted, so and he's got it. So nice work from Ben there to get up into P5 there. So they're now continuing on with us back on lap 30, and they're still battling away here, even after this battle is finished. As Ben's got past. Now an update.
Our gap behind is 2.0 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 19 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 7.4. They have a time penalty of 15.0.
Yeah, getting a little update on HO because I was a bit worried. I was probably more worried about him than the guys in front, as you can see here. Having a little moment here. See what I mean? See what I mean? The rear wing stuck open. It really hurts you through the fast corners, and it did. And you probably saw through turn 6 as well. And it really hurt my cause. But lock up here into turn 4. It doesn't really help me at all. As you can see, HO's really starting to close in. But he's got 15 seconds worth of time penalties, and I've only got 6, I think it is at the moment. Getting close to 9. So I'm just really trying my best to hang on in front of HO here. I mean, yes, he did come in a lot earlier, probably about the same lap as Ryan there. So now through turn, final couple of quarters, that wasn't ideal there. And so you get a little bit of a nudge there from HO there. And look, it may have been desync, I don't know. But in the end, I was more than happy to sort of give the spot away to HO anyway. Because, so, yeah, there you go. That's HO back up into P8. But then we drop back to P9. Obviously, Quicksilver's probably a little bit of a gap behind him. But you see what this rear wing does when it's stuck open, obviously, because literally it helps you on the long straights here, especially. So I'm still not giving up without a fight. As you see, I'm still checking to see whether that rear wing is still stuck open. It is. And I thought it was like going to be a quick fix of like, oh yeah, it'll be done in a couple of laps or whatnot, and it'll be fixed itself. Yeah, but no, not the case. It's a bit further up the road here. This is sort of the battle for the final spot on the podium as Warden goes up the inside of Ryan, so that's get him up onto the podium, and obviously the two Williams boys are well and truly pulled away at this point in time. So the lap third, there's another time penalty. So now we've got 9 seconds worth of penalties. Probably going to check an update on HO.
Our gap to the car in front is 0.9 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 22 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:7.0. They have a time penalty of 15.0.
Yeah, so about even, I reckon. I didn't realise he couldn't even the same lap as me, behind or Quicksilver.
The gap to the car behind is 8.2 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 20 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 8.1. They have a time penalty of 15.0.
So he's got the same amount of time penalties as HO, so you have a little bit of a slide there through turn 6.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.3 seconds.
You see, like I mentioned, the gap's about 2.3 seconds, and obviously the tyres are not looking too great, but still wasn't giving up on a 5, well, not the 5, but trying to get P8 after penalties, because obviously HO's got nearly double what I've got, so we keep meddling away here. But this rear wing stuck open is definitely going to help my cause, but I think it's now fixed. I could be wrong. I literally thought it was stuck on for the rest of the race, but as I'm literally live commentating it back on this video, again, getting a little bit sideways coming out of turn 3 there, so we'll probably see as we come around on to the final lap of the race. As you see, there's the sun's really starting to shine there around Austria, but be able to see on the graphic at the bottom right, I think it's actually fixed now, so I literally thought it was stuck open for the remainder of the race, but obviously I was a bit wrong, but the rear tyres are literally gone at this point, so I'm just making very cautiously here on the way home, but another update on HO.
The gap to the car ahead is 6.1 seconds. You're falling back by around 1.2 seconds a lap. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 25 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:7.6. They have a time penalty of 18.0.
There you go. He's got double the amount of penalties, and the gap's about 6 seconds, so basically, if we stay where we are, this is probably going to be P8 for us. So Greek comes home and obviously takes the victory. I think it's a Williams 1-2. We'll see it on the podium here. So you see, I was sort of taking it cautiously through. I thought the rear wing was stuck open, but it was mainly the rear tyres were literally dying. But we'll come across the line. It's going to be P9 on track, but we do get P8 because H obviously had a lot more penalties than we did. So that is an added bonus there for the race. And Master Berserk actually crashed and literally DNF'd coming across the finishing line. Oh, not quite. Didn't even make it across the finishing line. So, and actually Laggy's going to get position 11 after all that. So, yes, I mean, some people crash across the line there, but literally when he crashed with only a couple of hundred meters to go, or a couple of meters to go, man, that is gut-wrenching anyway. So I feel bad for Master Berserk there, but I think Laggy also may have got fast lap of the race as well. So anyway, there's your podium. So like I said, Williams 1-2, and obviously Ryan obviously running out. Did Ryan run out the podium? I think he did actually. So even though I did show the battle earlier on. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Warden had time penalty, so that's probably why. So it was interesting. The top, what was it, like Greek, Fens, Gamble, and Ryan obviously didn't have time penalties, and also Rain as well. But yeah, like I mentioned, P8 on the track, not too bad. Obviously Laggy P11. I think Master Berserk probably won't get classified because he DNF'd out of the race anyway. But it's a real shame. But Ben finished up in P6 there, so good recovery drive for him. Here's the current points table as it stands. So it's 31-point gap between Greek Master and New Zealand Ryan. Obviously, Jarrett's still in P3, HO 4th, Fens in 5th. Ben's obviously making some moves up the ladder, but we're still in P14 in the championship table. So, I mean, yeah, probably not the ideal spot we want to be. I mean, I still want to push for, obviously, the top 10 because that was pretty much my goal for this season anyway. So, we'll keep pushing away. And Laggy, obviously, in P15. Here's the constructors. So, Williams got an 86-point margin. Yeah, I think that's right. I think it is over Ferrari. Then you got Mercedes there in 3rd. Red Bull currently 4th. Then you got Force India, McLaren, Toro Rosso, Sauber, and obviously us in Haas in 9th. And obviously Renault rounding out the top 10. So, I mean, if we could keep pushing up the the constructors table, I should say, we could definitely push a little bit higher anyway. But obviously, Toro Rosso we should pass. And Renault, obviously, we have passed. So, anyway, that was certainly an entertaining race around Austria. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give it a big smash on that like button. You can always leave your comments down below. Subscribe to my channel for plenty more league racing content here on F1 2018, plus plenty more video gaming content as well. Of course, all my social media links will be down in the description. And also the AOR, the link for the AOR website and the AOR YouTube channel. So be sure to go check them out. But yeah, until the next one, which should be the British Grand Prix. Certainly be an interesting one for sure. It is goodbye, and I'll see you all next time.